Hey, News AF fam, we're ready to go here.
Mhm.
Danny's back with us this week.
Yep, not dead.
Not
yet.
dead. Yep.
Not dead, not yet.
Yep. I do have sunburned lips though, which is pretty normal for me. So
Oh, yeah.
if you're watching the live feed and all of a sudden I get blood all over my teeth,
Oh
don't
my
be
God.
alarmed.
You know why?
Oh my
Just
God.
means the scab's torn off and I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
How often does that happen?
A lot more often now.
He's an adventurer.
Normally on glaciers is where it happens, and I try to keep up, but I must lick my lips a ton because I just lick off the sunscreen. And then, I was doing 12 to 15-hour days every day in Italy, so just
All right. Well, let's save this for our listeners.
Okay.
Okay. This is just not just for the live streamers. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, they're the best, but
they are the best.
All right, here we go. Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Rob Cesternino, back again to talk with you about the week's most interesting news stories for the week of September 5th, 2023, here on News AF.
If the story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Actual, factual news.
Yeah, that's right. We've got everybody back here this week to talk about some major news stories. And back with us, of course, pickleball's top influencer, Father Nature. It's Tyson Apostol. Tyson, how are you?
I'm great. I'm still both of those things, and coming up with ideas to revamp Nature with Tyson, which will happen at some point. And
is it a reboot?
It's a reboot. Yeah. Gonna put it on YouTube.
Wow.
Revamp, reboot,
re-energize,
coming to YouTube.
Yeah. I already have a channel set up. It just has never really been utilized. And yeah, playing a bunch of pickleball because that's what the number one influencer does in the sport,
Yep. You gotta.
I've been getting ads for your did you talk about last week your outing where you went out and played with a bunch of people?
Yes.
Pickleball?
Maybe.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Because I've been getting ads on the sidebar of one of the news sites I frequent. And I finally, because it kept showing up, I looked at it and it was an ad for that outing that you had.
In LA?
On Daily Mail. Yeah.
With Celsius?
Yes. So I was like, oh, hey, I know. I knew about that before it happened because I got the inside track.
Yep.
How did that go? I was catching up.
Good. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to a
hype house.
A hype house, but I am a lot older than
wiser, Tyson. Wiser.
A lot old. I was like probably 15 like 15 years the oldest person there.
Oh,
and it's whatever. It's fine, but I could tell, and if I could tell, then they could probably tell, and it's interesting because a lot of
that because your jokes were so old? You're like throwing out references none of them knew, or
no,
was it because your moves were so slow?
It's because I'm weathered.
No.
I don't move slow. I'm better. I was fine. Movement wise, I'm totally fine. I'm just more weathered than they are and grizzly.
Do you think it's the Arizona heat?
No.
And sun?
No. I think it's that I'm 44 and they're 30. I think that's mostly it.
Were they not doing young blood transfusions though to maintain?
Maybe. But they probably a lot of them make a decent living, maybe doing stuff. I mean, the top guys for sure, but like
selling blood.
There was like 150 people there, and a lot of them were like
too many
influencer-y style people.
Yeah.
Guy Fieri's son was there. Like,
interesting.
Travis Barker's son was there, and they all are.
And you would have felt better hanging out with their parents.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. But also, it's like they're all just there for everybody's just a clout chaser at these things. So it's fun.
I like that.
It's interesting. But then I'm also like, what a sad existence, And then like everybody's having a great time. And then 98% of them left and were just crying, probably just crying to themselves in their shower after the party was over. I don't know. Anyways, drink Celsius, dude. It'll give you the energy you need.
Especially at your age.
Uh-huh.
To get through a late night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to drink Celsius.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gives you the energy that you need.
You have to have the energy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then to like push through the party and then have a good cry sesh afterwards, that's even more energy.
It takes
dude.
so
that,
much energy.
That takes
Crying
more
is
out of
exhausting.
Yeah,
that's
Oh,
how
it's
babies go
exhausting.
to sleep.
you. Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
can't do
You
it
need
without
to-
crying.
You need a drink just to care, like get to the level where at our age you even care about stuff. You're like none of this matters, you realize. You need that drink to maybe give it some purpose.
But Celsiuses are delicious.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Okay,
really
good.
are. Yeah. If you're drinking energy drinks, I would suggest you try a Celsius, Danny.
Okay. I'll try one, Tyson. I
Okay.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, back with us this week, Danny Bryson. Danny, how are you?
Oh, guys. Long, hard days.
In
Tyson
the
loves-
Dolomites.
In the Dolomites. It
How
was
do the
a
Italians say it?
I actually don't know. I didn't talk to any Italians.
I think
in
they
Italian.
say Dolomites.
I bet you they do too. Everyone
right.
spoke English to us. And the surprising thing was, in those 100 miles, we encountered very few Americans. I think only heard.
Wait, you weren't solo this time?
No, I managed to get someone to go with me.
Who went?
Chase. I don't know
Okay,
if you know Chase.
I do.
You do know Chase. That's right. And so it was awesome. We ran pretty much a marathon every day, but at the same time did about 10 to 12,000 feet of climbing. So uphill
Mhm.
every day as well, on top of
Mhm.
the 20 something miles.
That sounds so fun.
I thought it was awesome.
Uh-huh.
And the good thing, as Tyson will know, they have huts. So not only can you run that distance, but if you want a warm meal, you can get a warm meal for lunch in the
Wow.
mountains. It's
And then
what'd you
I would-
have?
amazing. One time, well, I got
Apple strudel.
oh yes, tons of apple strudel, tons. Then I kept trying to get because I love bratwurst and fries, just a big old sausage, a big
Mhm.
old honking sausage, and some French fries. Simple, but over there it's not quite close enough to Germany or Austria. It's very close, but not close enough to give me a legit giant sausage. They gave me these really weird looking flesh colored hot dogs that didn't appear to be cooked, that they boiled. And so I had those quite often.
Were they
and then
good?
I had some pasta. They were good enough. In the moment when you just want salt
Mhm.
and you've been out all day, you'll take a hot dog or
What
two
kind of
to your
pasta?
mouth. I'm gonna say it wrong. Gnocchi.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, we know.
but yeah, it was awesome. I was trying to get back to you guys, so I really wanted a podcast, but we had a lightning storm unlike anything I've ever seen the morning of our last day that delayed us. I've never seen
footage.
I do have footage of the lightning storm. It's like non-stop lightning strikes,
Okay.
which out there at the top of the Dolomites, or however you say it,
Mhm.
you're very exposed. So we had to wait for that to pass. But
Mhm.
yeah, it was amazing. It was 100 miles of amazing.
100 miles in 4 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What a guy.
Yeah.
I'm
100
just
miles
surprised.
of amazing. I can't wait for that show to come to Discovery Plus.
Yeah, instead of 100 miles from nowhere, which was
Mhm.
stupid, 100 miles in a 100
That
miles
show
of
would still be
amazing.
on the air. That show would be in
Yeah.
season
Yes.
12 right
It
now.
would be season 12, and I would not be paying to go out and do these things. Someone else would be paying to
Yeah.
do them.
You'd be getting
So-
paid.
Yeah, I would be getting paid a
Mhm.
pittance. So yeah, it was awesome. My knees didn't suffer too much damage, which is always a concern day
Good.
after day doing something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I came home and immediately was sick because flying, and this is gonna
Oh, I
help
thought you
go
were gonna
into
say-
a future story.
Coming
But-
down. Coming down off of the high of running just makes your body sick.
Probably actually, you destroy your body by 4 days of just brutal
Mhm.
beatdowns, and then you
Mhm.
fly on a plane with 300 gross, disgusting humans. It's bound to leave a mark, and
Mhm.
it did. So I'm just recovering from a bout of vomiting on Sunday. So good
Yeah.
to be here.
Yeah, that is good. So so you were absent from your family for a few days, and then when you got back, you had to
I was
recover.
absent
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
Mhm.
due to vomiting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start with our top story at this hour. It's been a big deal all weekend long. And of course, News AF, this is the place you turn to hear about these festivals that turn into horrible disasters. And this year's Burning Man ended up being a major incident because there were some torrential rains, which turned the normally dry Burning Man desert
The playa.
Remember, ancient lake bed, so it wasn't always
ancient
so
lake
dry.
bed turned into like a concrete mud pit.
Yes.
Oh, Schadenfreude, like I said earlier.
So
Just feels
excited
so
to see.
good.
It
Yeah.
felt so good, dude. Why does it feel so good to see these people who think they're
Yeah.
so cool doing something that's so mundane, but they think is so out there, and then advertising it to every single person they can find every single step of the way to just really get caught in it.
I've really thought a lot about why it does feel so good to watch them suffer.
Yeah, why? I think it's because they think they're doing something so radical that they have to
Throw it in our face.
Half of their
Constantly-
existence is the fact that they go to Burning Man once a year and pay these exorbitant prices to participate. And then they also are like, we're roughing it. We're living off the land. We're just, living a free life. The Burning Man ethos. And then like one thing happens. They're like, we're all going to die. I love it.
I did enjoy watching.
If you come across me in public anywhere and we're like, I love you, Tyson. Yeah, I'm all ears. If you say anything about Burning Man, I immediately tune you out.
Done.
Like I hear nothing you say after that. I just am like, blah, 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 blah. It's like Snoopy when he hears humans talking. That's all I hear after someone says Burning Man to me.
Yeah. Could you open up with I love you, Tyson, and then go into Burning Man?
I'd hear I love you, Tyson. I'd hear Burning Man, and I would immediately lose interest, all interest.
Yeah. So people were stranded at Burning Man, and apparently it takes a long time to get in and to get out. And then after the mud hits, it was a national emergency.
70,000 people, so not a small number of people were
And I
stuck.
also saw posts from people that were there that were like, it's not really a national emergency. We're still having a good time.
I bet they were. Think of all of the mood enhancers they brought with them.
That probably soaked into the mud and then they absorbed through your skin,
just by
unbeknownst. Yeah. So, yeah, national emergency. I think by some people who were participating, that was an exaggeration.
The one thing I do like about Burning Man is all the things they set on fire. I am a fan of setting things on fire, the like large structures. So that part is cool. I have to say.
Yeah, but you can do that somewhere else, right?
Yes, and I have. I've set a lot of things on fire in the privacy of my own group.
But you wouldn't be on the playa.
No. It always looks so miserable. They're out there dressed up like Mad Max characters. The wind's blowing. Even if there isn't mud, they still have dust and sand. I hate those two things.
Yeah, it looks so gross from like everything. Just
wasn't there like Ebola and stuff going around?
Oh yeah, and then there was a report of that there is Ebola happening. At
no,
Burning Man.
Is that true? Is that a true thing?
I don't think it was true. I think that was turned out to be fake news.
It was like cannibalism after every national disaster.
Yeah,
it's us projecting what we want to have happen.
Yeah,
but Ebola on the playa, come on.
Yeah, I got a lot of great info from DePete in the chat, who sent me a bunch of links. He says that they have these stickers. My vacation is your nightmare.
Yeah, that's a Survivor. I think came up with those initially. Yeah.
But Danny, you wouldn't ever have the desire to go and catalog the Burning Man experience.
I would be so
Wouldn't
out
this
of
be
place.
the ultimate adventure for you?
Look, Tyson felt out of place at this party. I would feel out of place.
This is worth.
I'm too straight-laced and tight. And just like, that's not my scene at all. With the dust and the sand on top of that, I would just be like, to me, that would be hell.
Their enthusiasm for dressing in costumes like Mad Max is, for some reason, really annoying.
And I don't even have a proper cod piece anywhere in my house. I can't go there. I don't have that. I don't have enough leather. I don't have any masks, so I just don't have the outfit for it either.
Tyson, do you think you could use your celebrity to help escape Burning Man like Chris Rock was able to do?
I would have just gotten out. Yeah.
I kept seeing the video of this guy lifting his goggles and then turning to Chris Rock, and I kept thinking, who is this guy that keeps, is filming Chris Rock? And Chris Rock really does look like he's escaping like a war-torn country.
Yes.
And then I found out his name's Diplo.
Yes.
I had heard of him.
He's an EDM star.
That's right. And so they walked 6 miles, and I did wonder why more people didn't try to walk out.
Because 6 miles for Danny, like, I'm going to tell you about regular people.
Yeah.
Telling people to walk out 6 miles in mud, they don't even think that is a possibility. They are like, you mean without like a motorcycle or a car? And you're like, yeah, it's just 6 miles.
Without a converted school bus? I don't know.
Half an hour.
Across the playa.
It's going to take half an hour.
Yeah, that's true.
But they were sinking into the mud.
Sure.
All the plastic bags on your feet.
Yeah, I saw that. Everybody's like, oh, our Mad Max shoes that we made with the buckles and the leather, they're getting dirty. Yeah.
And shrinking.
Yeah.
Becoming a permanent part.
Yeah. I did see some reports that it does seem like the conditions have improved over the last 24 hours. So people are going to eventually be able to escape.
Yeah, I saw people driving out.
If you're like calling your work and you're like, hey, I'm stuck at Burning Man, you're immediate. Are they
Don't come back?
Yeah,
Fired.
please.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take a few weeks off to think about how stupid you are and then find a new job. Like, what is Listen, I have friends that go to Burning Man.
And that makes it okay for you to dump on all the rest.
I don't stay in close touch with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's the saga of Burning Man 2023. Do you think that this will be a indictment for Burning Man? Will Burning Man 2024 be just as big?
Well, I just hope that Fire Festival 2.0, I hope he's taking
outdo
notes,
this.
right? He's like, okay, make sure you pick a place that if it rains, turns into a bog.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do to help people.
Is it almost like better publicity for these things when they go horribly that people talk about them? Like, nobody would have talked about Burning Man had it gone well this year.
Nobody would have. Everybody that was there has been talking about it all year.
Yes, but it wouldn't have made a national news like it did.
But aren't they already at capacity? Like, they're not allowed to have more people on the playa than they already do, you know?
So I don't think so. I think that, I think they're maxed out.
They're maxed out. That's what I'm saying. So what does it behoove them to have more publicity? It doesn't. And, yeah.
What's a ticket to Burning Man cost? You have to pay?
Yeah, it's like $600 a few years.
$600. What do you get
years
for
ago?
That? Yeah.
How much is it now? I bet it's not. I bet it's more than $600. It's got to be like $1,000 now. Yeah. What does that get you?
Yeah, Goody Gumdrop says we have Burning Man all wrong, or Burning Mall. Is Burning Mall one of the things at Burning Man?
Probably.
Burning Mall actually sounds pretty awesome. Is that like where you do buy all of the souvenirs at the Burning Mall?
I don't think they have souvenirs.
Yeah. I don't know.
That would go against, I think they have tried to create this society in Burning Man where like you exchange goods for goods or services, and capitalism is.
We don't know what Goodies Gumdrops is.
I don't really know what goes on there because I can only trust the word of those who endlessly post about it.
Listen,
that's the only report I get.
I've met burners and I know that they are not. They're not my people. Like
I know what you mean,
but it's just because it's just like people who are too passionate about a thing irritate me.
Yeah,
like it's fine to have
I do
passion
kinda
and
share
and
that.
show through your actions your passion, but if you're constantly taught, it's like
If it's your whole identity,
yeah,
it's kind of, as my son would say, cringe.
yeah, yeah.
They do say that. They do say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. DePete says it's $550 to go to Burning Man and $150 for a car pass. But I guess you cannot buy things according to Goody Gumdrops.
Yeah.
Ariel says the souvenirs are the friends you made along the way.
Uh-huh.
So, okay.
I don't
Burning
need
Man
more friends.
2023. All right. Well, now Danny was talking about how his travel experience was one of some sickness after he traveled. But Danny, now you weren't on board the Delta flight that got stopped after uncontrollable diarrhea caused the plane to turn around, right?
Only controlled diarrhea on my flight.
Yeah. Wow. So this was a big story at this hour where there was a
Okay.
flight from Atlanta to Barcelona and they had to do an emergency landing after a passenger had diarrhea, quote, all the way through the plane.
I want to see a picture. I can't believe there's no video of this.
Like all the way through
I
the
don't want to
plane?
see a picture.
What? Yeah, but that description of all the way through the
So
plane.
like, wait, so like the person runs up to the front, right where the captain's doors are, pulls their pants down, bends down,
I don't
farts
think so.
out a spray of diarrhea that goes all the way to the back of the plane, or are they standing up trickling diarrhea down their pants as
That's
they're moving
kind of what I
around?
think. Okay, first of all, this person's wearing shorts, which you shouldn't do anyway on a flight.
Mhm.
Probably
Already
not,
a red flag.
and wearing flip flops. I'm guessing.
2 red flags.
Yeah,
and
2
a
red
tank
flags.
top.
I've
3
got
red flags.
diarrhea. I ate too much fried
Mhm.
chicken at Popeyes in Atlanta. Then they're all the way in like the worst seat possible. They run to the bathroom, but the minute they sit up, that shift in angle just forces it out. And then the flip flops distribute it like a sprinkler as he runs to the toilet. That's kind of what I envisioned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
It is-
yeah, diarrhea all over the plane. I hope that this wasn't one of T-Bird's flights. I have to check in with her.
2 hours in to the flight is
I
when
bet this is
happened, by the
more
way.
common than we are really.
I've never heard of a plane turning around. The pilot actually said,
No, I'm just
this
saying.
is a
diarrhea
biohazard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Every plane is a biohazard. Like you step on there, the blood, the boogers, the urine, the feces, it's everywhere. Like that's unavoidable. And so this plane just happened to catch it
And have more
And
out in
maybe
the
have
open.
more. Yeah.
But I did enjoy how the pilot said, we are turning around. This is a biohazard issue. 2 hours in. So you've just flown 4 hours, and then the plane took 5 hours to clean, which is insane. 5 hours to clean this diarrhea. And then I don't know if they got back on the same plane, but they did get their flight to Spain eventually.
To Barcelona.
Yeah.
No, this isn't okay.
Yeah.
This is a nightmare. I'm prone to puking pretty easily, and I can guarantee you that if I saw a guy in shorts and flip-flops, even without the diarrhea, running towards the bathroom, I would probably puke.
Yeah. You could see a picture of the plane's flight path as they were headed towards the northeast and then had to come right back.
They didn't do something cool like shape it like a dong or something, did they?
I guess it is shaped like that, but not intentionally.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
what a nightmare.
Yeah, that is a nightmare.
Worse than normal.
Along the poop lines, I was at a vacation in Hawaii, and we were at the hotel pool that had a water slide.
Okay.
My daughter befriended this other girl, and this other girl was very needy, just like, hey, follow me. Hey. And Bergen was more like, okay, whatever. And the girl went down the water slide first, and there was a brown puddle in the slide where she sat as she went down. And I was like, that's not good. But it was like still questionable. Like, what is that? So I like washed it away, and then Bergen went down the slide, and then they got out at the bottom. I met him at the bottom, and the girl had like turds in the back of her suit. And on these vacations, I'm very recognizable, and I don't know what these parents think as I go up to them. I'm like, hey, you're going to want to check your daughter's swimsuit. Like, there's a problem.
Yep.
And they immediately rushed out of the pool area, the whole family. And I never saw them again the entire week. So I was like, were they so embarrassed that they just were like, we're out of here? Or was that their last day or what? But there was a lot of turds in that little girl's swimsuit. And by little, I mean, as old as our oldest. Like,
well, and you make a good point. This could all be a kid. And if this is a kid, then, I mean, kids can do anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like kids with diapers, sometimes, you know, they get into their own mess. It could be something like that. I just wish we had more details. I don't have enough details.
So when I was looking at this, I thought, you know what they should have on planes? They should have Depends, like adult diapers for people with emergencies like this.
Kind of like the barf bag?
Yeah, like the barf bag. Just be like, if you need an adult diaper or a seatbelt extension, please announce to everyone on the flight that you need one of those two things, and we'll bring one to you. Like
mask, earplugs, Depends.
Yeah, it depends. Adult
take it Depends and some earplugs.
So there are some other details about this story that come from a different article. So again, this is allegedly, according to someone who claimed their partner was on the plane. The person behind the fecal explosion did have to be carried off the flight by emergency services once the plane had landed.
Yeah,
so
and did they have to Rochambeau to decide who actually had to carry the diarrhea victim?
And I think that the paramedics, are like they just
Dude, if I diarrheaed my pants, I'd want to be carried off too, because walking with that in my pants would just be so uncomfortable.
You said you're like, you have to carry me.
I can't walk. You have to carry me.
I mean, it's the only way too. If you're so embarrassed from diarrheaing so much, you have to pretend like it's so serious. Like when you land, you have to be like, I'm almost dying. That's why I diarrheaed everywhere. And they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That's totally fine, guy. We thought you were just running around diarrheaing. So carried off the plane.
So and then the flight crew they had some sort of like vanilla scented disinfectant that they tried to use, but apparently that only made it worse.
No, you need to bring in the professionals.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy. They just tried to like spray some disinfectant.
Yeah.
That's no.
Yep. And then they did take the same plane back, I believe, to rip up the carpets.
No, that it says they had to rip up the carpets.
The plane was cleaned, with one passenger reporting that the carpets had to be ripped up, and they flew to Barcelona the next day.
Okay.
What a trip.
Yeah. Okay. One other passenger on Twitter said that both my wife and I were on the flight. The pilots made the right decision to turn around, and considering the circumstances, the ground crew did a great job.
It's a long 2 hours on the flight back with that smell in the cabin.
Yeah.
Dude.
So, boy.
What do you do there? Like, you're the flight attendant. There's diarrhea everywhere. You're trying to keep the passengers calm because you got a 2-hour flight back. Like, what is their play there? Like, what's the strongest smelling thing they have on the plane that they can have people wipe under their nose? A coffee. Okay.
Yeah, that's what they do with puke. They just put coffee, like
coffee
grounds.
Puke was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
So,
but let's talk about another story that's going on, and this has to do with New York City and tourism. Now,
is it about more diarrhea?
No,
Close.
no, it's not about anything disgusting like diarrhea. Okay. Tyson, come on.
Okay.
It's just about the newest sensation in New York City tourism, the nightly rat tours.
Oh, I went on those, but they were self-guided. Yeah. Oh my God, look over by those garbage cans. Those are insane. Come over to these other garbage cans. Those are insane. Hey, look at that pile of oh my gosh, there's more. Yeah, that's how it is, right? Is that is it different now?
That's the tour.
Yeah.
That was my tour.
Yeah, apparently there are tours that you can go on in New York and go and see where like some rats are.
What's interesting is that I had just read recently that the new rat czar, had things under control. And so to see this is
that's what they always say.
That's what I'm sure the rats are always like, yeah.
Wait,
we're making
there's a
headway.
rat czar that
There
is
is.
an elected official in New York City.
No, I think a
appointed.
czar is appointed.
Appointed. So it's their job to reduce rats in the city. And
So like you're in there, and then the mayor's just like, you're buddies with the mayor, and he's like, I'm gonna make you the rat czar. And you're like, yeah, finally, this is my
I know
big
who
man.
aspires. Although I did watch Modern Marvels had something about rats, and it was in New York City. And I think there are people who actually love the idea of battling rats, because the guy they had on this enjoyed battling rats.
I've battled rats.
Yeah, so while you might not find rat czar to be an appealing calling in life, I think there are people out there.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, dude, I'll take this.
Well, here's the thing, Tyson, that these people that get rat videos, like they do big numbers like on TikTok. So there's a lot of like rat influencers that are out there. They're trying to catch, like, remember even Pizza Rat, or like there was that other video with all the rats like popping up out of the sewers. If you get like one of these like incredible rat photos or rat videos, like they get a lot of numbers.
Danny, maybe that's our adventure.
Oh. Yeah, Nature with Tyson, Rat Edition.
Rat Edition.
Rat and Pigeon Edition.
And maybe peregrine falcon.
Oh, that'd be so awesome.
Right?
Well, that's a cool animal.
They live in the cities. So I'm trying to... So you pay to go on these rat tours then?
So I think it's more that there is rat tourism of people like going and looking for the rats more so than you get.
I started this so many years ago, dude.
Explain.
The first time I went to New York, I was enamored and curious and horrified of the rats. Like anytime you go out after dark and there was a stack of trash cans somewhere and you just heard the shuffling and the rumbling and the digging and the scampering, and you'd see the rats. And I was like, every single time, without fail, if there was a stack of garbage cans somewhere, I would pause to look at the rats. Yeah.
So you were a rat tourist before long.
I invented it. I probably invented it.
Well, I will say, on that Modern Marvels show, an interesting fact did come up. A lot of people who have rats in the basements of their buildings will buy cats, thinking that a cat can get rid of the rats. So they put the cats in the basement with the rats and never see the cat again.
Dude,
oh my God.
Yeah, that's how serious rats are.
How many cats do you need then?
You need a
No, you need
Rack
a dog. No, you need the dog.
A dog?
Yeah. The rats won't cut it. I mean, the cats won't cut it. They'll
will the
disappear.
dog chase the rats?
It'll eat the rats.
Yeah, they'll kill the rats.
What kind of dog?
I looked it up. I can picture what it looks like in my head, but I can't remember the name.
Then describe the look.
It's not a huge dog. It's a smaller to medium-sized dog. Oh gosh, maybe it's called. I bet it has a nickname like a rat dog.
Bull
Do we
terrier.
need more dogs in New York City?
It's a bull
Danny?
terrier.
Is that what it is, Tyson?
Yeah, somebody in the chat seems to know quite a bit about it.
I'll trust that.
Yeah,
but yeah, they go after rats. Cats will just disappear. And not because they joined the rat community and have decided to become one with the rats.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Nutritional value.
Terriers. Everybody's saying terriers.
I bet you there's more than one breed.
A ratter. They call them a ratter. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what you need.
All terriers will kill rats. Okay. So maybe that's what New York City needs. What's the rat czar doing? I just feel like we need a dog czar.
Well, stray dogs can become a problem too. So I don't know what the answer is. Rats are tough to kill. They breed quickly. They're kind of smart. I don't envy the rat czar their job.
Yeah. It sounds like they're making some progress, allegedly.
That's what they think. But I've watched a movie about the Rat King where all the rats' tails are tied together and they create a rat king who then can dress in human clothes.
Oh my God.
And inside the clothes
is this some like
rats.
500-year-old German fairy tale part of it?
I don't know. I saw it on some, I think Ricky Gervais was the voice of the cat in the film. But the Rat King did have human clothes on and disguised himself as a human until he showed himself as the Rat King. And for some reason, tons of rats with their tails all knotted up in a knot are super powerful.
Yeah. If you're interested more about the New York City Rat Czar, her official title is Citywide Director of rodent mitigation. Her name is Kathleen Karate. And according to this report, the mayor has said that rat sightings have decreased by 15% in June compared to the year before.
Like, how many people are taking this thing? Or is this just like what?
There is a number you can report rats.
311.
So, yeah, they do have a way of quantifying actual sightings.
So maybe Kathleen Karate is making a dent in the rats.
Rats are way.
You just need more
awesome.
dogs.
I don't think they're using dogs. In the video I watched, just tons and tons of poison.
Aspen in the chat says her name is Kat.
Yes. So
good catch.
Okay. So we'll see if there's any updates. Like I love the saga of the rat czar. Yeah.
Does
Mayor
every
Adam
town
said, what's that?
Does every city need a rat czar?
I think
Even if you
so.
don't have a rat problem, to help mitigate the rat problems in the neighboring towns, if everyone worked together, maybe that would work.
I would bet most big cities have a rat mitigator or whatever that was called.
Okay.
Rat mitigator.
Yeah.
What job do you have before your rat mitigator?
Probably vice principal at a junior high school.
That is a good question. Like, what qualifies you, and what makes you rise to the top of the list?
That's what I'm saying.
for the
It's an
rat
appointed.
czar?
It's an appointed job, which means that you're just the pal or the enemy of the person who appoints.
I bet you
that
work
person.
somewhere in parks, and you build a name for yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So interestingly, that Kathleen Karate, she began her career as an elementary teacher in Central Brooklyn.
Tyson knew it.
Yeah, you knew it.
Wow.
What was it? Sorry, I was drinking my coffee.
She was an elementary teacher in Central Brooklyn, and then at the Department of Education's Office of Sustainability, she developed New York City's Zero Waste School program. So not a vice principal, but close.
I don't see how this moves into rat.
That's not a job that you move into. It's a job you're appointed to because you know the person who's appointing the job.
I know, but there must be some qualification.
Okay, Danny, you're working for the government. You're a school teacher.
All right.
Do you want to be a rat mitigator? No, I absolutely do not. It pays double, and you only work like a day a week.
Tell me more.
There you go. See?
All right, I see how it works, Tyson.
Yeah.
Are there any good things about rats? Like, is there anything like with these other vermin that, well, they actually eat this?
Probably, yeah. They eat waste, right? They spread disease, which then thins the herds of everything.
I guess so.
Keeps the population down.
Yeah.
Well, some people have them as pets because they're very, very intelligent. So
yeah.
Have you never seen Ratatouille?
Doc says, yeah, one rat was a good chef in Paris.
Yeah, I've seen that documentary.
Okay. All right. So we'll keep you posted on what's going on with the rat czar. Now, there was one dog that was, instead of out chasing rats, decided to run away from home and go check out a Metallica concert. And yeah, that's what happened with the dog Storm, who snuck out of her home to go to SoFi Stadium and go check out Metallica.
When they say check out Metallica, do they mean like the dog just sat there through the whole show?
Well, the dog is sitting in a seat. Okay, let me see if I can share this.
I
with
see
you.
it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the dog was kind of into it. You would think that dogs would not like concerts, but this one apparently found its way into the show at SoFi.
Or Metallica.
Do you have a Metallica shirt on?
Does not seem like it.
It is really paying attention though to the show. Surrounded by people who are paying attention to him or her, but it is just looking at the show. Best kind of concert goer too, because it is staying seated.
Yeah, it's staying seated. Now, if you show up to the concert and there's a dog in your seat, what do you do? Do you show the dog your ticket? Like this, excuse me, I
No,
think
you
there's been
talk
some
to
kind of
security.
I get
misunderstanding.
the usher with
You
the
have to get the
flashlight.
usher, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is a well-behaved dog, not like eating up all the popcorn or
That
anything.
we can see. Is there
Mhm.
popcorn at Metallica concerts now?
Yeah.
That would be a weird thing to just see people eating popcorn at a concert.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'm sure it happens, but that would be strange.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a concert in a while. Rob went to a concert.
Yeah, I went to go
recently.
see
just
Fall Out
recently.
Boy. There were no
Did you-
dogs there, but we
What
did
about
have
popcorn?
We did have popcorn. Yeah.
No
Okay.
way. For reals, you had popcorn at the concert?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that just seems so anti-concert.
It was actually the bottomless popcorn. You can get it refilled, but it was like, so much popcorn that we didn't need to.
Oh, I would have been able to get through a couple of those.
It
Popcorn
was
at a
good. I
concert,
couldn't
huh?
stop eating it.
What's the last concert you've been to, Danny?
Jeez. I can't remember. The fog of time has fallen over my memory. But I have been to a Metallica concert. No dogs were present
that you know of.
that I know of. That's
Yeah.
true. They could be hanging out around the
Yeah.
vent. It was an outside concert too, so even more dogs probably showed up.
Probably, yeah. And rats too, I bet.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I bet a sea of rats. They're like
Mhm.
the Pied Pipers of heavy metal, bringing in those rats.
Yeah. It seems like this dog lives next door to the stadium and then snuck in to go and get to this Metallica concert. I don't know if the dog has ever snuck out to go to any concerts before.
So if a dog can sneak in to go to a free concert, wouldn't it seem likely that a human could also then sneak in?
Good point. If you crawled on your hands and knees, Tyson, through the crowd as you approach the gate, I bet you might be able to get through.
Yeah.
I would like to see that as well.
Yeah.
After the concert, the dog got taken to a shelter, and then
They let him enjoy the entire concert. That's
Yeah.
Okay, Tyson, here's your opportunity to get into whatever concert you want. Is to buy the dog costume from that guy in Japan and then just walk right
Sneak
through.
into the concert.
Yeah.
And then Danny, you have to play Tyson's owner and go pick him up after, so nobody asks any questions.
So I can get into the concert as well. I'm
But
looking
only
for
at
my
the very
dog.
end. Only at the very end.
You just show up with a leash. Like, can I check? I think my dog ran in.
That's a good idea.
I live nearby.
So how much does that costume cost? I forgot.
It was
I-
like
$10,000.
Was it
Yeah.
that much?
I
So
thought
we have to go to at least 4 Taylor Swift concerts before it pays for
Yes.
itself.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Okay. Done.
okay,
Easy.
that seems
Okay.
easy.
Danny, last week Tyson and I were talking about the Loch Ness monster.
Oh yeah, it's been all over the news.
Nessie.
That they had a whole thing where they were going to go back, but this past week, a mysterious 50-foot monster was spotted in a lake in China.
50-foot monster. Examining the photo now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hold on.
There were 10 ripples in the lake.
Oh, 10
where it was
ripples.
looking very serene.
10 is
That-
a lot.
People thought that it might be several fish, but upon closer inspection, it was just one long silver-colored creature.
Eh,
Is
I
this
don't
the
know.
new Nessie?
I mean, I'm guessing they want us to go to Heavenly Lake, which is where this took place.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they would need a tourist boom. But no, this
Mhm.
looks stupid. Plus, Nessie is stupid as well. Out of all the things I could believe in, Nessie's the bottom of the list. Just because it's like, what's the point of Nessie? You know, Bigfoot's kind of cool, but Nessie not so much.
Really?
Yeah, shots fired.
Tell that to all the people that just paid a lot of money to go to the tour to go look for Nessie.
Nessie's coming for you, bro.
Bring it on. Can't even leave that water.
Yeah, I think Nessie can leave the water.
Well, can't swim across the Atlantic. It's a
Probably not.
freshwater
Yeah.
monster, which
Yeah.
is what this one is as well. So
I like that you know its limitations.
I am very well aware of this thing I don't believe in, its limitations. Yes.
Mhm. So They
Yes.
didn't get a good look at this
No,
animal.
of course not.
No.
By the way, speaking of Bigfoot, I recently saw a photo that was claimed to be the best picture yet of Bigfoot, right?
Yeah.
Most detailed picture yet of Bigfoot. And it looked like every other Bigfoot photo. Grainy, hard to tell if it was in a tree stump or something else.
Could barely see the zippers in the costume.
Yeah, exactly. Or the human eyes behind the mask.
Yeah.
These things are so stupid. I mean, like never ever in all the 100 years that we've had photography and the Loch Ness Monster has anyone ever gotten a picture other than ripples and a slight silver thing, which we don't know the scale of,
Yeah.
on top of the water.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Danny, that Bigfoot is like impervious to modern camera phone technology.
I know he must short circuit the pixels or whatever.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
it's
usually
always
that
blurry.
he's in places that have very bad self-service.
And
Yeah, but that-
lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cell service has no effect on the
He's
camera.
always standing where there's backlight. And that it's just impossible. You're
Now,
like,
if you told me
"What?"
that UFOs had a way to
Mhm.
scramble photos, I'd be like, that makes sense. What if there was some kind of electromagnetic field or something that distorted the pictures? But these
Okay.
monsters in the lakes and Bigfoot,
Hear
come on,
me
they're
out, Danny.
animals. They're
Hear
not.
me out.
They have no tech.
What if
Yeah.
these are aliens?
Mm,
What if Bigfoot is
I
an
mean,
alien?
Tyson, I don't want to say no. I
Mhm.
guess it is possible,
Sure.
but
No.
I'm not feeling it.
So do you
sorry.
believe in Bigfoot?
No, I don't believe in Bigfoot.
Do you believe in aliens?
Loch Ness Monster? No.
Aliens.
Those aliens, undecided.
Undecided.
There's
Okay.
a lot of weird stuff happening
Mhm.
that can't be explained.
Okay.
So
Okay. All right. And Danny, and this last story I have is just for you because that there is a
What?
maker.
why?
One of the top internet-enabled chastity devices
Mhm.
had to announce that there had been a security breach that has led to users' email addresses, passwords, home addresses, and IP addresses and GPS coordinates being leaked online.
Oh my gosh. So, I mean, but they wouldn't be able to unlock this chastity belt remotely, would they?
No,
Like if I went to Burning Man and Liz is like, you can only go if you wear this chastity belt.
Yeah, well, okay, so then that information has now been leaked, and so now the right hacker, I think, could gain access to your internet-enabled chastity device.
10,000 users.
10,000 users.
That's not 10,000 users of chastity belts,
Yeah,
right? This
That's
is more than
10,000
just
people
belts.
that's like people like Rob who went to the website, had to put his email address in there, and then they're like
to get the whole story.
to get the whole
Mhm.
story. Like
Yeah.
there's no way there's 10,000 units of these chastity belts worldwide.
You don't think so?
No.
10,000? I mean, how could they afford to make them if they can't sell 10,000?
Well, what if they just sell a couple that are super expensive and finely crafted?
Yeah, one person has like 1,000 of them.
Yeah, but with tons of diamonds. No, just one person has a super expensive one.
Mhm.
10,000 seems like a lot.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
What are the odds of me bumping into somebody with a chastity belt if 10,000 people, I'm guessing in the US have this, or is this worldwide?
Well, you can go find out like all their information now.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Now
you're
the
right. That's a good point. I think that I'll get onto the dark web,
Mhm.
Mhm.
just get all this information and satisfy my curiosity.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So yeah, just be careful who you're giving your customer information to when you're buying your online internet-enabled chastity
Yeah,
belts.
you definitely want to, for sure, be a little extra private with that stuff.
Mhm. Yeah,
Especially
and
if-
especially this device also transmits precise GPS coordinates down to a few meters. So there is a lot of information that gets transmitted from this.
Well, and
Yeah.
if you bought the model with the shocking system,
Mhm.
I mean,
Docs in the
like-
chat is saying that there's 7.8 billion people on the planet. 10K is not very significant.
that's why I said the US.
But
Mhm.
this
because
is what
I get
I'm
that.
saying, Mr. William
300
Docs.
million.
If there's that many people on the planet and 10K is not very significant, then how come I only ever sold like 7 Nature with Tyson t-shirts?
It's true.
Chastity belts, Nature with Tyson t-shirt. Which one am I buying? I'm online.
Only have money for one.
Only have money for one. It's got to be the belt or the shirt.
I bet the belt costs way more than the shirt too.
Well, is the shirt internet enabled?
Not yet.
You don't
but
want
also
it to
can't
be.
get hacked. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem with teledildonics till we get like, quantum computing with uncrackable coding or whatever. You don't
I
want
already
to...
have that kid that will come up with the password for you. You just send him $2, remember?
And that's uncrackable.
Uncrackable.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a risk. That's all I'm saying. Until we've perfected security, putting any device on you that can do things to your body is just, that's a risk.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe the guy who had diarrhea on the plane couldn't unlock his chastity belt.
Yes, because it was in airplane mode, probably.
It wasn't.
But wouldn't the chastity belt act as an adult diaper?
No,
I don't think so.
There was so much pressure
There's not a plug
inside the belt that the leaks along the seal.
I think it just locks the front also, Tyson.
No,
I don't know.
Because chastity is front and back, dude.
I don't know.
Yeah, but it's
Listen, Rob, you can't. That's too tempting. It's too tempting.
To do some research.
It's got to have a plug or something. There's got to be a plug on the back because you got to be fully chastised.
I would love it if I found out that the diarrhea was somehow associated with the chastity belt. He'd been hacked. His password had been changed. He couldn't get it off. And then it just created the right amount of pressure that just turned him into like a sprinkler.
No, it had the right amount of pressure. And then somebody pushed the like rumble balls mode on it.
Oh, no.
That made it worse.
All right. Yeah. Danny, do you want to take us away to your bolt hole?
Yes.
Okay.
There's no belt on that.
Here we go. Danny's internet enabled bolt hole is here.
Welcome to my bolt hole. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong. A nocturnal.
Okay, Danny.
Oh, I had a bunch of good stories this past week.
Pete's calling for a tattoo talk. Was there a tattoo story?
So last week we talked about the listener who wanted us to or wanted to get a News AF tattoo.
Oh, and we were gonna ask Danny about it too. That's why. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
well, let's see.
What,
Danny?
what was it?
If you have a bolt hole story, let's hear your story, and then we'll update you on the tattoo.
Okay, this is just real quick, and I'm sharing this story because it didn't show up. I thought for sure that we would see the story about the guy in Nebraska who transport his massive bull cow in his what looks like his Ford. What's the cop car from like the 90s?
In
the Ford
Taurus?
No. Something
Imperial, the Ford,
something like that. But you know the cop cars from the 90s.
Yeah,
he is transporting
Crown Victoria.
Yes,
Crown Victoria. He is transporting a giant.
I think this
bull.
was fake.
You know what? Look at it. It even has authentic poop. The cow did have diarrhea all over the back of the car, but what the guy has done is he's modified this Crown Victoria so that the passenger side of the car is cut open and accessible. And while this could be broga, like he only ever did this once, he has gone into great lengths to make sure that this can hold a cow. So even if he only did this once, this is an engineering achievement. I mean, he's put up a cattle guard. Man. Yeah, he probably was headed to Burning Man because this is exactly the kind of thing. And then he got turned around.
You could get the bull to pull the Crown Vic out of the mud.
Yeah.
Genius. But if this is broga, it's still a pretty good broga. And I just like the fact this guy, because let's face it, it would be great if we could all have a truck when we need a truck, right? And there's so many times.
Legal? Is that even legal? And
no,
also,
he got pulled over.
Is the car sagging enough on that side that it's real?
So the cow is moving, and I'm guessing he reinforced it because I don't think this would work at all with that amount of weight. He's done something there to make it work. But what he's done essentially is he doesn't have a truck. He can't afford a second car probably. And
But
he's
he can afford to dump 7,000 man hours and
he's a go-getter.
$80,000 into
He's a
this.
problem solver and a
Mhm.
go-getter.
I
And
like
this.
this. Yeah.
I love this go-getter attitude, and I wish more people had it, including myself, because he saw a problem, he came up with a solution, and he made it work.
Yeah.
And that's what this story is really about, is a guy who overcame the odds to see his dream fulfilled.
I also bet that this would be legal in Arizona. Like, it's Mad Max out here, dude. Like,
it's like Burning Man.
It's like Burning Man. People are just like
Every
doors
day.
off, no hood on their front of their car, no problem.
See, I was going to talk about, there was a thing going around called BAE, Big Ultima Energy.
I probably have that.
And it was talking about people who drive Ultimas. Supposedly online, there's a trend where these people,
Ultimas, they love them.
They're a crazy bunch. And it actually showed a person who took all the doors off their Ultima, which is a sedan, not a Jeep.
Yeah.
And they were driving around, dragging their feet on the streets as they drove, which, Tyson, you reminded me of. And this is actually someone who also has big Crown Victoria energy right here with this cow.
Yeah. The bull's name is Howdy Doody.
Okay. Props to Howdy Doody.
Look at its horns. Just, that's like, I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
You've never seen a Texas Longhorn, a big
nothing
old
like that.
Longhorn?
Tyson, look at it.
It's
Are you
pretty
looking
big.
at a video or a picture of it?
I'm watching it on the screen.
Yeah,
right now.
exactly. I am too. And it is massive. I've never seen any horns like, yes, I've seen a Texas Longhorn, but I've never seen a Texas giant horn, because that's what that is.
Yeah.
Anyway, kudos to this guy. I just wanted to give a shout out to a guy who overcame a problem and say, you know what?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I think the bull could get out if he wanted to also.
Yeah, but he seems like he's fine. What song
it.
do you think he's playing on the radio for the bull?
It's bulls and blood, it's dust and mud, it's the roar of a Sunday crowd. They call the thing a rodeo.
Yeah, he's got a tape with just that song on it that
Over
plays
and over.
over and over again.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Danny, last week we were talking about one of our listeners who had written in to say that they were thinking of getting a News AF tattoo. The only stipulations were that it needed to be something that they could get in one sitting, not multiple days.
Okay, so I need some education on tattoos.
Okay.
What can be done in one sitting?
Or that's regular, like
I think most things that aren't like, you
don't want like
your
a full sleeve
back.
or your full back or something. You just like one thing. Like some of the suggestions were the saying, "We did it, guys."
I like
the
that.
News AF logo. But then others were like a sex couch with Danny and Tyson's naked bodies floating over it in space, and Rob spell with like, that's a lot of stuff.
Okay. So Gina in the chat also says, I will seriously get one too. I just have to wait until I am no longer immunocompromised. Then I'm hoping to know something by the end of September. And I definitely don't want to steal Casey's thunder on this, so I can do it under the radar or not at all.
This will be the greatest tattoo I'll ever see in my life.
You should do it too. Everyone should do this.
Yeah.
Think we can get more people to get News AF tattoos than Nature with Tyson shirts sold?
Maybe.
So more than
Gina's here. Gina's in the chat right now.
She says she will do it.
Yeah.
Hot soup and Mountain Dew, Tara says.
Yeah, hot soup and Mountain Dew. The salt mines. There's a lot of great options. Yeah.
I know, but you need
Greyhound bus.
I mean, it seems like go simple, right?
Just
News AF.
Ariel's in too.
Something that covers all, I don't know, the whole, encompasses the whole News AF vibe.
Okay.
That's
I mean, we did it, guys, is the sound off, but the Pep Boys logo with our 3 heads instead of the Pep Boys was also an idea. So
News
teledildonics, something with teledildonics.
Yeah, I don't know if you want that.
Yeah, DePete says the teledildonics logo. I don't think there is an official logo for the teledildonics.
I can get one made. I'll get one made. Yeah.
Maybe there's some sort of commission.
Yeah.
I mean, something with News AF and we did it, guys, seems like the most simple thing you could do, right? Somehow you mix those two things together. But I don't know. That's a lot of pressure. That's like a
Greyhounding.
permanent mark you're going to make on your body.
The sloth terrarium.
Oh, yeah, a throwback.
Going back, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's greyhounding. We used to say all these phrases, broga. There were so many that we said all the time, and they just mean, we know what they mean, but not everybody knows.
The ultimate insider.
The ultimate insider.
All right. Danny, what's coming up for you this week?
Oh, just plugging away on some editing, trying to get my video out by next week, trying to break 100,000. I've got my 10-year-old. Oh no, he's 11 now.
Peddling it at school.
Constantly updating me on how many subscribers I have. I guess when I hit 100,000, I'll finally be something to him.
Cool.
So that's cool. So yeah, just working away, trying to make that happen.
Well, Danny, great to have you back with us this week.
Yeah, good to be back.
Okay. Tyson, what's going on for you this week?
Pickleball, and then Rachel's heading out of town with her girlfriends. So I have the kids to myself Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and gonna try and get in as much pickleball as I can before she leaves out of town. So Rachel and I won't really see each other for a month or two.
Oh my God.
Me playing pickleball so that I can get it in while she goes on her trip, and then her being gone on her trip. So, but that's marriage.
That is,
I guess.
Compromise.
Yep.
A lot of people are saying the tattoo should be the Pep Boys logo with our three faces with "We did it, guys."
I like that.
Yeah, we need some concept art on that.
100%.
Get it? Yeah.
I want to see a draft.
Great.
Okay. All right, and then I was not podcasting too much yesterday, but back at it for coming back and starting off the new week. So check out everything we're doing over at robhasawebsite.com. Thank you so much.
Why is Jared your favorite Big Brother player of all time?
Did I say that?
I thought I heard that somewhere.
No, I think that might be a misquote.
Okay.
I definitely was, I have gotten a lot of enjoyment out of his having a showmance in the house with his mom being there.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just made that up and then asked you about it. So
But that's fine. Yeah. No, Jared, not my favorite.
Okay. I've been seeing a lot of tweets. Not by you, by everybody. So
look, that's big. What happens in Big Brother? There's a lot of people love
lots
to talk
of
about Big Brother.
Lots of tweeting.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for joining us for News AF. We'll be back next time. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.